Oh, ladies and gentlemen, who is ready for Splintered Spirits Live?
Oh,
Are we ready?
oh, we're ready.
Are we
We
ready?
are ready. What is up?
Welcome, everyone.
Hello, everyone, and
Welcome,
welcome,
welcome. John, what's going on?
Splintered Spirits, the live. Here we are. Gary, what is happening?
Dude, it's all things spirits, all things ghosts, all things crazy. I'm getting into the world here, man, with you
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
people that I didn't know existed, and it's very fun. I mean, I'm in
Yeah.
line, well, things on the horizon are super interesting. I mean,
Yeah.
with the whole idea of two dicks like us trying to figure out what spirits are and talking to people who have spent their whole I'm talking like their whole lives trying to
Yep.
figure it out. And
Yep.
they've got stories and data that is really fascinating.
Yeah.
And it's what's fascinating to me is, like there's something about this world that just keeps them hooked. You know what I mean? It just keeps them in. They stay. They just they've never find it like wait, they never look at themselves and go, "Oh, this is a no, it's not. This can't be real. This is a bust." Something always happens and
Yeah.
changes and that keeps you going. And
Yeah.
it's something
Well, I
else,
think
man.
this
It's
is
something else.
it's the same thing with me. 4 years. 4 years this May, doing this straight, no breaks, no nothing. And it's just whenever you think you've heard it all, you hear something else that just makes you scratch your head and go, "This is why I love doing this." You know what I mean?
Yeah. Right. Like, how does it happen? What is going on? And we saw a lot of that
Yep.
craziness. I think if people saw, in the last episode, in episode 8, and then, hearing us talk about uh, that one of our little tests in 8 actually, like, happened. We tell one spirit one thing, we tell another spirit another thing, but then the one that we lied to found out the truth. We don't really know how he found out the truth, other than if the spirits are somehow talking to each other. It's like it's one possibility, and the whole thing is just bananas. So for anybody who hasn't seen that in episode 8 yet, please, it's just it's insane. It's insane. We still with you, John? Did I lose you? No, you're still there. Oh,
Now I'm back. You know what's wild? And I hope this isn't the case. Every time a train rolls
oh
by,
no.
we lose connection.
Uh-oh.
I
Oh
hope that's
no.
not the case. It might be. The last thing I heard you were talking about
I was
episode
just talking about 8 in the
8.
experiment we did, in the terms of the fact that we told one spirit one thing, the another version of that same spirit another, and somehow we lied to one of them, and then yet somehow the one we lied to found out the truth, and we don't know how that happened, which is incredible. Oh no, John, you're freezing up. But look at that look on his face, ladies and gentlemen. It looks like he's deep in thought. John, are you with us? See, so from my end, people, John looks frozen. We try to have fun with you guys by being on location because we certainly want a lot. We have a lot to talk about on this particular location. Um, we lost him. Hopefully, he will log back in shortly. So you guys are stuck with me for a minute. Look, now that he's gone, let's talk about him. Here's a question for everybody, which I would love to. I want to know. I want to get your opinion on this. Let's hear it in the chat. Do we think John is a new kind of medium? What do we think? Chat me up. How does he do it? It's not just the apps. If it was just the apps, then everybody can do this. You can just download the app and you can do it. So what do we think?
Can you hear me?
Hold on, you're back. I was taking a poll about you while behind your back while you're gone, and I'm asking the audience, do they think you're a new kind of medium?
That's what a lot of people
So that's
think.
what I want to see.
We were actually listen. We were actually discussing this the other day, and you're a man of logic like myself. Am I a medium, or is it just my different approach and method that allows me to do this? Like that's the question I posed for them when we spoke about it. Like, guys, are you sure I'm a medium, or is it maybe finally someone's just asking the right questions, sticking to a formula, and comparing that formula and data to
If
other
anybody
places?
says, anybody on the chat who's saying possibly, I'm taking that as a yes, because this is a yes or no question. Possibly doesn't count. I mean, it's like maybe that's the whole point of the question. Do you think he's a medium? And you say possibly.
Yeah.
Well, what the hell do you think I'm asking the question for? Yeah, that's what we're wondering. Possibly he could be, might not,
Yep.
maybe be something or a medium. That's what we want.
Yo, no fence sitters. No
Yeah, it's
fence
like,
sitters.
is he a medium? Because I was saying, man, if it was just as simple as having the app, anybody could do what you do, and they can't. And it's not just because of the personality
Yeah.
either. It's the reactions you get. All right, look,
Yeah.
it's an energy. I think that's a nice, that's a good sort of. That's an interesting answer. I mean, is it, do you have a different energy? And I got to tell, SADF, one thing where we might want to do here on this podcast as we get bigger and as things start rolling is maybe test you, John. Test that magnetic field you're putting out there. Test your aura.
Yeah.
And see if
Yeah.
are you are you giving out something different, than the average
Yeah.
bear. You know what I mean? It's like, who knows?
Keep your picnic baskets
You know
away
what I
from
mean?
me.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
So John,
Yeah.
we're losing signal out there, but tell us, where are you? What is this place? I think I know a little bit about it, but it is a significant spot for us and things we've talked about.
Yes, it is. So this behind me is the tunnel. And once you get through this tunnel from the street, you hit a path. And that path is very long and it goes straight to a cemetery that's hidden from everybody, unless you know about it being back here. There's actually a couple paths. The main path takes you to the cemetery. The other two paths take you into the woods. But those are mysterious too, because there's a lot going on in there that doesn't make sense for normal woods. Things that shouldn't be there, that at one point maybe there was something else there, and now it's not. Because this path used to actually be a road that got closed off. I just don't know when they got rid of the
Now, how
road.
did you
That I
find
don't
this
know.
path, and how long have you been going there?
Gary, listen, this is where it gets crazy.
We like crazy here on Splintered Spirits.
I hope we don't lag.
All right.
When I tell this. It's long.
Yeah, let's go.
Are you ready?
Get after it.
I'm gonna try to keep it short though. One night in my old office, we were drinking. We were doing our Shaba. That's a game I play on TikTok. You guess the right gift, I take a shot. We call it Shaba. In the middle of Shaba, a spirit comes through and starts telling me about this place. I've never been here. I didn't know it existed. They're telling us all this information. You have to go through the tunnels. There's a path, a hidden cemetery. It's for the rich, rich people. All this information. And then I'm asking the spirit, where is this? And then it gives us the street name.
Wow.
It tells me a street name. And I literally on Google Maps go on, and I go, holy shit,
How
there's a
long ago
tunnel
was
here.
this?
This was last
Where's the video for
summer.
this? You got
Unfortunately, the video got
oh,
corrupted. Sometimes the lives won't they get corrupted, and that one got
all right.
corrupted.
All right. So about
So, and when I checked it out for the first time, it was
so it's
corrupted
like
as
a
well.
year.
That live got yeah. This summer it'll
And you've
be
been
a year.
spending a lot of time there.
A decent amount of time. We come here once a week at least when
And
the
you get a
weather's
lot of good
fair.
activity here.
So what's really interesting about this place is the activity is different.
Explain.
Other than today, because I was live here today, obviously. Uh, Usually it's not chatty. Usually you have to pry the information out of the spirits worse than anywhere else I go. It's not a very vocal spot. It's a very visual spot. I've had my glasses knocked off here. I've had shadows walking in the pathway, and I've caught probably one of the most amazing captures that I've ever caught here.
This is that woman that you say you spoke to. Tell that quick story because I have that video and we'll show everybody in case anybody's new or if anybody forgets.
So one time we were here as I go through the tunnels, I'm walking on the path, and I see a woman. And listen, this is not me insulting anybody who's got any sort of addiction issues. If you have any issues like that and you need help, please go get the help you need. But this woman looked like a
Sure.
drug
They have a look.
addict. She was
They've got a
strung
vibe.
out. There's no way, yeah, there's no way she
Sure.
wasn't. She looked strung out. She looked like a heroin addict, crackhead, whatever you
Sure.
want to call it. That's what she looked like. I thought she was going to try to sell me a used shop vac. That's the way she looked.
Sure.
It's like the only way for me to describe the way this woman looked.
Right.
Okay. Pleasantries, quick, walking by. Hello, hi, how are you? I'm good. It's a beautiful spot. Oh, I love this spot. Okay. All right. Have a nice day. Enjoy your time. And kept walking.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now, I set up for live. I tell everybody in the beginning of the live, there is a drug addict sitting over there. If you see her, she's not a spirit. Right from the beginning of the live, I'm telling people this. Ignore the woman sitting over there.
Right.
She's not a spirit. Well, I follow my own advice and I ignore the spirit. Okay. Everybody else is fixated on her, and for good reason, because what she is doing is disappearing and reappearing.
Well, let me show everybody here. I'm going to jump to the video of this.
Yeah.
Real quick video, guys. Take a look. This was from his live on TikTok from this location at this tunnel location that we were at. So let me jump to that quickly. Now there she is. And there she goes. And she's kind of there. And now it's like a puff of smoke.
Yeah.
And now she's gone. There's nothing there. And then there she is again.
And then she reappears.
And it's very strange.
It
doesn't look like, I don't think that's like something with, anyway, that's all very weird. All very weird.
And what's even crazier is the fact that I spoke to her. Like, that's what blows my mind. So now picture, I'm live.
Yeah.
This is happening. And I am telling the chat, guys, that's not a spirit. That's not, you can hear it in the video. I'm making every excuse in the book why that is not a spirit. Because I've never spoken to a spirit like that. I've never had that sort of experience where, I'm speaking to something that's actually a spirit. And they're speaking back to me. Like I was looking at her sunken eyes, while I was speaking to her.
That is crazy.
And then she ended up being a spirit. Now, what's crazy, and unfortunately it got lost due to a human error. This was my error. There was a lot more footage from that. And she was walking and disappearing
That's
down
weird
the path.
and gross.
Now, unfortunately, all that is lost because of it was actually a timing issue, and the live ended up deleting after 30 days. It was a thing. But there's a lot of videos on it on my
Sure.
Discord.
Gotcha. Well,
So
it's
yeah.
funny. It seems like this location certainly does have an energy or something that you see this
Yes.
you see this crazy woman. You see, it's funny if you turned your head sideways and opened your mouth. I bet you can make it look like the train's either coming out of your mouth. You got to turn even farther or going into your
Yeah.
mouth. But anyway, so going in.
Going in.
But one thing I notice on these walls is this graffiti. And if anyone's been following the
Yes.
podcast, look, we do this live as a special, as bonus episodes. But when John first met Cathy Nadal, the psychic medium, we think this might be a place that she was thinking of and somehow connecting it to your childhood. I'm going to play this real quick for everyone in case they missed. This was on episode 7 of Splintered Spirits. So everybody here, take a look at this real quick. It's a short clip, but you're going to see what one of the visions she saw.
I keep seeing this thing and I don't know what it connects to. Did you used to take the trains a lot?
Mhm.
Because I feel like I'm getting on and getting off the trains. That's why I'm seeing the graffiti. I'm seeing grates. I feel like I'm standing on a grate and there's hot air coming up at me. And there's a significance to you being on the trains.
I used to go to the city all the time.
Okay. There's more than that because I feel like you may have had a spirit connection on a train or people on the train had spirit activity around.
He was like, I don't want to play for you.
Now, she's talking about spirit. Cathy will be the first to say these things aren't exact. She's basing it on a train, you might have been on, but it could be. We're looking at graffiti, trains, spirit connection.
Yeah.
This may literally be the location you're seeing apparitions
She's talking
here
about.
that she's talking about.
So let me just, because this question was asked to me previously, and I just want to, again, speak about what I meant by what I said about what Cathy brought up the trains. It's not that Cathy was wrong. Cathy wasn't wrong at all. Cathy is seeing all this as a gifted person, as she is, and I firmly believe she is. She's seeing all this, and why would she even think to be like, oh yeah, this is about your documentation? If she's seeing a connection with this place and me, she's going to automatically think, oh, maybe it has something to do with your childhood or when you were a teenager, which makes perfect sense. That's why I was like, wow, she's bringing up this place. Now, what's even crazier is today on my live stream, they said her full name.
That I missed that, and I can't wait to see that.
Her full
Walk
name.
us through, if anybody missed the live today or is new to this, you're walking in this area, and how did it happen? Tell us the story.
So I was actually sitting down, and we were talking about earlier in the live about this place and about Cathy and Splintered Spirits, telling everybody, hey, we're going to be live at 4,
Mhm.
the usual. And I think it was like 10, 15 minutes later, bam, they just spit out her name.
Was there anything else to go with it? Was there any, just in connection to the podcast, and then they say it, or did you ask? Were you asking any questions, or?
We have to go through the replay and see if there was any spirit chatter that coincides, which there could possibly be. At the time, don't attack me. Oh, I thought that thing was coming right for me. I thought it was because it was eyeing me the whole time, and I'm looking at it, and I'm trying to not let my ADHD take me off course like it is right now. And then it just started flying towards me.
Like a puppy seeing a squirrel. Squirrel.
Yep.
Yeah. Trying to run a business.
So yeah, it was just crazy. Like Gary, it was wild.
Oh my God, I can't wait to see it. That is what she's gonna love that too. She's gonna love it.
Yeah.
Oh my God, she'll freak out.
It was wild. So there's connections. There's connections happening.
I think I told you this. I haven't told the audience yet. I spoke with a woman named Simon Key, who was Cathy's teacher. at the Arthur Findlay School in the UK. Like, this woman has been a psychic medium for like over 30 years, even more than 30 years, and a teacher of it. And I'm gonna sit down with her and sort of get, you know, her perspective on that side of the spirit world that she deals with. I'm just fascinated. Like, we love Cathy. I want to know the woman who sort of taught her, right? Like, who's that Jedi master?
Yeah.
And she,
Yeah.
and I think the audience is gonna love her. She's really like, she's a fiery, British broad who's really got, she's got this gift, and it's another wild side of
Nice.
things that we're trying to figure out here, which is great. What else can we talk about to the good people, John? All right, so we got a lot going on. So we've got a new episode dropping Tuesday. Tuesday's episode's a fun one. It's a little different. It's more, again, since we just had 3 big episodes with Cathy, it's kind of a recap of Cathy, which you're sort of getting now, but it's also some fun ghost stories and some time between me and you, which also will then lead us to episode 10, which is a very different and very fun episode where John and I go on the offensive. And we go at the spirits in a very fun way. But
and listen, you guys know me, I'm not an offensive person. I'm a neutral party in all this. If I'm going on the offensive anywhere, it's going to be in one special spot, and you guys know
it's
where.
a great one. It's a great one. But you also have a fun new location that you are adding to Santa Paranormal, which starts tomorrow.
Tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tomorrow, we're going to be live, documenting the Capitol Theater in my
So look,
hometown.
man, and we're from the same hometown, so people should know. Like, look, we're talking about the Capitol Theater. This place was built or opened in, I think, 1926, and it was a movie theater, a vaudeville, old school sort of theater in that respect. But in I think starting in 1970 was a rock palace, and everybody played there. I think James Taylor was the first to play there, but you're talking the Stones, Bowie, Janis Joplin. An unbelievable venue that then went.
I believe I could be wrong on this, but I believe Mercedes was written by Janis Joplin. The song Mercedes.
Yes, and that was like around the corner. She wrote it. I think she wrote it at.
She wrote it at
I think
a
she wrote
bar
it
that no longer.
I thought she wrote it at Texas Chili.
So the bar might have been located where Texas Chili was, but it was known as Little Dick's at the time. She wrote it at the bar was named Little Dick's. It could have been where that is, because that whole place was old.
Maybe. And then she played it there for the first time, like which is right. Yeah. It's got a lot of history, and it's probably seen a lot of drugs when you think about who's going through there. And then it went to shit. Like, it went to shit like for a long time, and it was closed. And it just reopened in like 2012, 2014 or something.
About that 2012, 2014. We did I believe it was 2012, because then by 2014, 2015, my old podcast ended up doing like a wounded veteran fundraiser, where we hosted the fundraiser for the veteran group, and that was wild. But I believe it was around that time. So yeah,
you've got, and then so now it's open, and then like Bob Dylan's now played there. Here's the thing that I'm going to be really curious about, and it's the idea that we talked about, with Lloyd a lot, which is this idea of hauntings, and this idea of, you're talking about imprinting energy, and that place has had a lot of energy go through it, and a lot of different types of energy, and a lot of big personalities, and a lot of strong power, and a lot of emotion, and a lot of things. And it'll be curious to see what has been left behind, and is that leading to, what is the energy that is left behind? right? That's in that place.
So the first thing I'm doing, and I'm not doing the Capitol just once. This isn't a one-off. This is going to be a,
Yeah.
multiple, at least once a month thing, once, twice a month thing. I need to test if the music affects the spirits.
It's a great test.
That's number one. It needs to. We need to test if music is going to affect whatever is
And we
there,
also know,
and we're going to do that
but look,
different
we know
ways.
at the factory, like Cathy saw splat, like the guy who fell from the window. Like there's people that actually died there. There's people that worked there. You've talked to these people at the tower. Now it's like, what do we have to like find out? What do we know about the Capitol? And when you start, I have no doubt you're going to get something coming through, and it's going to be fun to find out what comes through and at what era they think it is, or what do they think is going on. So I'm excited for this. This is going to be a fun new location, big energy. Is it closed tomorrow night?
So, all right. So what's happening is when they have big shows, right? They open up in a half capacity. So the other area is going to open and they're going to have a live band play. That's in the bar area.
Right.
And we are going to be in the other areas while that's happening to see if the live music affects those areas. And then when there's a big event, possibly sometimes I'll be in the other area that's not being used. So that's the way I was going to do it. So it's open, but there's no big show happening. It's a smaller, I think it's a cover band.
But that's in that they have like a sidebar with a side stage that they do that. So, but I'm saying like you could do, will they let you set up on stage when it's empty?
Yes.
That's dope. That's going to look great.
Yeah. So I'm doing some of it's going to be from the stage. Some of it is going to be from the from the audience to the stage.
Up in the balcony?
I don't know if I have access yet to these two areas. The two areas that I really want to do is the Undercroft and the
what is the
Dome.
Undercroft? Is that like the taint of the Capitol Theater?
So, dude, the Undercroft, they closed it I think when the Capitol reopened, they didn't do this, but when the Capitol was originally open for bands in the 70s, that's where all the bands and the groupies hung out.
I see. So it's like that's where the green room was for them? I see.
Yeah. So that's where they partied and hung out and all that. So that's where I think we're going to get the most, from my experience with places, the areas where they were partying, drugs, sex, rock and roll. I think we're going to get the most juice there.
I can't wait. I think that's going to be really fun to see.
So,
I can't wait to see it. For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
But we're definitely going to do the stage, everything. I'm going to walk around, sit down, walk around. We're going to be all over the place. I got from 8 p.m. to 11:30.
All right, good. We'll take some notes and find out about who's living there. I mean, or unliving there.
Yeah.
As we should say.
Yeah. Who's at the
I hope they have
it.
I hope there's like I want to know if there's an Edward in there or a Sam in there, or like I want to find who's the bitter old, rock star that's still stuck in the Capitol that's like going to give us a hard time.
Yeah. Or a disgruntled groupie.
A disgruntled groupie. Oh my God, that'd be nuts.
You never know.
Anyway, that's going to be good fun. So look, we're getting bigger. It's getting better. We're getting more places to go and more fun to have. Guys, if you haven't already done so and you're watching, if you're new, if you're liking it, please like, follow, subscribe. Splintered Spirits.
Yep.
Everywhere. Okay? You can go to our website, splinteredspirits.com. Sign up. You'll never miss an episode. We are every other Tuesday and we're live every Thursday.
And don't forget, Splintered Spirit merch and Santa Paranormal merch can be found at splinteredspirits.com.
Right there. If you got a little QR code.
Right there.
You can, if you got your, I don't know what you're watching on, but That's at splinteredspirits.com. Get some hats. Get some mugs. I mean, you guys, it's funny, dude. It's like your audience spends so much money on like coins and gifts and all this stuff. It's like, you should buy yourself a hat. Treat yourself to a t-shirt.
Buy yourself a
Get
hat.
yourself a mug.
Yeah.
Drink that coffee with. Treat yourself. Get yourself something
Treat yourself.
tangible. Look,
yourself.
John likes the gifts. Who doesn't like gifts and like animations and cartoons? But treat yourself. Get something
Treat
like
yourself.
you can hold on to.
Yeah.
Sleep in a nice, cozy Meow Club t-shirt.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, man.
Why
Stuff
not?
is delicious. It's fun.
Yeah. Sipping your coffee and your
Anyway.
teas. Ooh wee.
Ooh wee, right? All right, John. We got one ghost story worth talking about this week. I think that Scott that gave us some evidence. And look, again, guys, we love your ghost stories.
I love the ghost stories.
Splinteredspirits.com. There's a tab that says ghost stories. If you want to tell us a ghost story, ask us a question, go there.
Yep.
We're getting a ton in. We can only pick so many to talk about, especially if they have actual evidence. It's worth us showing, right? So, John, this one is really basic and simple. Her name's Queen Auntie, and she's sharing a.
Okay, Queen.
You know who that is? So I'm about to show it, and this is something she captured on her security camera. Are you ready? I'm about to jump to it. Take a look. It's a very short video. I'll replay it as much as we need to until you get a handle on what it is. Let's see if everybody here noticed. I'd love to hear what everybody thinks too on the chat. But let's take a look. I'll just keep playing it. It's very quick. You see it?
Okay.
You look to the right corner. I think that's what she's referring to, not the cat walking across the yard.
Oh, okay. Can you play it again?
Yeah, I'm just going to keep playing it. See it?
Wow. All right.
See that?
I will get a better view of it once the YouTube catches up. I see what you're talking about, but I can't see it well just because it's small.
Yeah, it's up in the corner
for me.
It looks like a purple blob of smoke.
Yep.
I am not the. Let me see. I wonder if I can enlarge it. I'll try to maximize it, but I don't know if how that'll do. You're not going to be able to see it like this form because it's a letterbox video.
Yeah. Oh wow, yeah. I see it. I just want to. I think we're gonna get. It's gonna catch up soon on here. So tell me while it catches up. Tell me what you think.
Queen Auntie, what I can tell you is this. That's a fucking spider.
All right, here we go. Okay. Now I see it. All right, got it. All right, so it looks like a spider to you, huh?
Yeah, that's like a fucking spider. I mean, it's like, it's just it moves up, it moves back. It's just it's on the lens. I get these constantly.
Yeah, and you can see it crawling. You can
It's
see it crawling.
Its
you can definitely
movement
see it crawling.
is very much that of a crawly.
100%.
Right?
Yeah. That's on the lens. That's 100% a bug crawling. I don't know if it's a spider, but it's definitely an insect or an arachnid of some sort.
I mean,
there's definitely no way.
Right. You're absolutely right. I can't call which bug and class or kingdom the fucking bug is. I'm just gonna say spider.
What genius?
Yeah, it's like I'm just gonna say spider.
That's right. There are people on TikTok and social media that crucify you for that.
But yeah, I know, right? But listen, I'll say this, Queen Auntie, thank you for submitting it. I don't know. It's
definitely.
like this case, I'm going with spider. But
me too. I'm going, spider insect. I'm going with.
But
something.
It's like
it's definitely not paranormal.
This is super fun for us to look at this stuff.
Cute cat though.
Yeah, right. It's clearly a member of your Meow Club. But it's like
Yeah,
at
definitely.
first,
Oh yeah, Queen's
I
awesome.
was looking at it like, did she just send me a picture of a cat and she doesn't know if it's a ghost or not? And then it took me a minute to like notice the thing in the corner. It's like I
That
was
you
about to
saw
go,
in
no
the
man, that's
corner.
your
Yeah,
cat. It's
yeah.
it's funny, dude.
Yeah, that's
My
that,
Ring
yeah.
camera went off the other morning, early in the morning, like at 4:30 and I didn't notice it till it didn't wake me up or anything, but I look and it was a bobcat walking across my front door, big too. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Normally it's coyotes or something, but it was like this time it was a bobcat. I'm like, oh great, now I got to worry about that. It's their pain in the
Yeah,
ass.
yeah. Yeah, they are.
But yeah, look, these stories are fun, guys. We want them. We want more. We want more questions.
Yeah.
Please go to splinteredspirits.com, ask away. What have we talked about?
Yeah.
I mean, if this is not begging, if you're listening to things that we're talking about and you're going, yeah, that makes sense, you might want to see a doctor because there's nothing we're talking about that makes sense. And we're constantly asking questions
Nothing.
and we're constantly trying to make sense of it. So if we've got questions, I'm sure you have questions. So it's like, please ask them, ask them, please. What else, man? What else we haven't talked about? What anything on your mind? Anything you want to bring up? What about you, fine people?
No, I got. Well, you know what? What I will bring up with that last video that Queen submitted, and again, thank you, Queen, for that. Is this is really good to just understand how the paranormal works and how so many things have logical explanations. How some things just aren't paranormal. And it's like the same thing. If I were to use a laser grid outside in the summer, Gary, do you know what a laser grid
Dude,
is?
I've seen these. I've seen when I'm looking at other paranormal TikTok influencers, and I'll look and it'll be just like a green laser grid or something, as if they're setting up the Matrix in their room. What is that?
Yes.
What is that?
So that's called a laser grid. You can do different colors. The most common is green. I have a green and a red one. And basically what happens is that when things move past it or are in it, it affects the lights.
Things being spirits.
Okay.
So
Spirits. But the reality is people use them everywhere, all times of the year. And a lot of what they're catching is bugs and animals and things like that.
Well,
And not actual spirits.
what is it? How does what is it? What is working? I'm sorry. Like what? How does it? Is there like sensors on it, or like what is it? How does it detect?
So no, it's just it's literally think of like a Christmas or Halloween decoration that's shoots out from a light, and it's basically what it is. It's just a light source, fragmented, and the spirits manipulate. Well, the spirits move by it, and they're supposedly supposed to affect it. It's basically all it is. There's no sensors. There's no nothing. It's just a light that shines out.
Well, that doesn't make any sense then to me whatsoever.
So here's what
At
I can
least
tell
I know
you
with your
about it.
app, it's picking up magnetic waves or it's cycling through radio waves.
Yeah.
If you're telling me this is just the light
Yep.
that magically predicts things, and then there's something in the light that changes, it makes it change.
So and that's the crazy thing with these laser grids. There's nothing. They're just simple, lights. You can actually take off the head that fragments the light, and it's one regular laser beam.
Right.
Light beam. What's really interesting about it is I've caught two anomalies on them that I can't explain. One is the star effect. It looks like it's slowly raining shooting stars from below, from the side, from up. It's very odd. And then another thing is like a swirling, almost like energy is swirling, and it's catching. Yeah, it's odd, very odd.
Yeah, that's
So and I don't know what those things are.
I think that's dumb. That stuff. I like the things, I like a visual representation of spirit if that's happening, but it has to make sense. Like I would love, we talked about this, like if your speaker is connected to a light source or something, so that when I can see it and hear
Oh
it at
yeah.
the same, you know what I mean? It's like I always think like if I turn the
Yep.
volume down, you know, uh, and your
Well, that's
YouTube
like that's like
your
this.
live comes on, it would still look wild, right?
I built a spirit
Yeah, that
box that
radio.
did that. Unfortunately, yeah, it burnt out. I'm working on a new one. And it's got a frequency generator
Dude,
on it.
listen,
It does
guys, don't
all
you think
that.
I said this? I think this would be cool. I'm wondering if the audience thinks this would be cool. Get those LED candles that look like they're flickering candles, but let's see if they should change color if a spirit's around. So they detect, you hook that up to the audio, to the app, like through the Bluetooth speaker, and then when the spirits talk, it'll be like they turn blue or green or like they change color. Otherwise, they just look like candles. I think that would be dope. Like, yeah, like some like
Yeah,
those
that'd be
REM
cool.
pods or something, but like I think with candles, that's cool. You just have all those candles around, all those mirrors, and then imagine if like they all change color while something's talking. That's dope. Come on, that's cool. That'd be
Yeah, that's
cool,
cool.
right?
Good idea.
I have a good idea every now and
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
Somebody,
Do they make candles like
dude, I
that?
don't
That
know. I
change
might
color
have
with
just invented it just now,
you might
right?
have.
Listen, dude, I
You
take a
might have.
very like 30,000 foot view of things. Like I'm up here, right? I come up like it's called
Yeah.
I look at the ideas up here. Someone down here's got to make it. I'm up here, mate. I'm up here with the
Yeah.
big ideas. Someone's got to make the candle. I can't wire that candle up. I don't know how to do it. So here I am with the big idea. You got to find someone to make
Yep.
it. It's just like, but it's
Someone to
genius,
make it.
and then someone's just got to do it. You know, they get it.
Well, it's like I had an idea. How cool would it be to have an AI, an app that's an AI that you hum a song into it, like a song
They
you
do that.
make,
They have
like a
it, bro.
melody.
That exists.
I can't. I already looked.
No,
I
they
couldn't
have.
find
Like,
it.
oh, dude,
There was one called Hum Tap that came out that failed, and that was it. They don't have. They have apps that you can hum a tune in, and it'll figure out what song it is.
no, they have apps. Well,
But
maybe I don't know if I think they have apps where they can, where if you no, they have apps where you can hum it and it'll create the whole guitar part out of the hum, and they'll create the whole thing out of it. Absolutely, I'll send it to you.
oh yeah, no, I'm talking about like a straight song. Like, yo, give me everything for it. You set the presets of what you want, you hum it, and then it kicks
Not
out the song.
Shazam, Halo. That's like we're not trying to figure out the song. We're trying to like create a song from scratch,
Yeah.
which I think they're very close to doing that. That'll be next because it's really
That'd be
close.
awesome.
Um,
Yeah.
but anyway, yeah, it'd
I'd
be
love
fun.
that. I'd be humming songs all day and creating songs. Pick the lyric, content, everything. Go to work.
Oh, sure. Life is a song.
You know, yeah. Oh yeah. Shit, I was singing. I picked up a bone
I caught
in the
the end of your
live
live
today.
with the Bone song. Sure.
Right? The bone song, dude. I got these things. They're like earworms.
Yeah.
You know. I could regurgitate jingles. I wish this was like 1960, 1970, because I'd go to work just writing jingles.
Oh, it's so fun.
Here's the dish soap. It's the best. Keep your hand clean. Better than the rest. You know, like, you
Dude, you
have
just sold so much soap just now. Everybody
I
on the
know, I
chat is
did.
like
It's
literally
magic.
on Amazon, and they're just like, "Holy shit! You know what I forgot to
Yeah.
buy today at the store? Soap."
Soap.
And now they went out, they just bought
Soap.
it.
Yeah.
All right, my man. Look, I don't know. I think we're all good for today. I think we covered it. Unless anybody has any questions, anything they
Yeah.
want to know or talk about. But episode 9 comes out on Tuesday. Get yourself caught up if you haven't. Tell a friend.
Yep.
We are trying to hit 10,000 subscribers on this podcast. Go to Spotify.
That's what we're trying to do.
Go to YouTube. Go to Apple. It's where it's found. It's where we are. 10,000.
Yeah.
It'll keep us in business. And I don't need you to send it. If I hit 10,000, Splintered Spirits won't need you to send a single gift. You can keep those coins. Treat yourself to a t-shirt. You know, that's not how the podcast needs to run. We just need bodies. We want listeners. And we hope
That's
it's
it.
working well enough to keep you listening. I think we're going to have bigger and better things to come.
Yeah.
More interesting stuff. If this whole world fascinates you as much as it does me, and as much as John fascinates you, then yeah, Dark Angel, we're going to keep going. Right now, we're going. It's growing. We're growing slow. We want to grow bigger. We want to grow faster. We want to spread the word. So if you like it, tell a friend, share with a friend, keep listening, give the 5 stars, give the subscribe button, constantly rate it, get us into that algorithm to pump it and push it forward. But I'm having a blast doing this, so I don't see any reason to stop.
Neither do I.
The good thing about spirits is they're always going to be around, so we're never going to be out of material.
No,
Someone's
never.
always dropping dead,
Yeah.
which is like,
Yeah. It's the best.
great for
It's
us.
the best investment you could ever do.
So it's good.
The dead. What do they say?
What's that?
What are the 2 big things?
Death and
The
taxes,
dead and
my
water,
man.
right?
Death and taxes. Is that what you're saying?
No, it's to two industries. Well, there's 3 industries that'll never fail: water, prostitution, and death.
That is true.
Water, prostitution, and death.
Guys, thank you so much.
Yo, appreciate you guys. Thank you for listening.
Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being a fan. We will see you again next Thursday live. Tune in on Tuesday. Check out Santa Paranormal on TikTok and YouTube. And enjoy the long week. Oh, that's right. Have a happy Zombie Day, everybody.
Yes. Zombie Day.
Zombie Day on Sunday. And if you're unclear what zombies are, well, just thank the Catholic Church.
Yeah.
Praised our boy for rising from the dead on Sunday.
That's it.
That's it. That's where we're at. John, I will talk to you. Get home safe. See everybody.
I definitely will. You guys have a good one, and thank you again.